I know this is going to be shocking, but if you go back into the content editor, this related articles component is not functioning as expected. So instead, the landing page as of right now, the functional pieces are the title, which, yeah, the section hero, and the promo cards. And again, like I said, the promo cards, this category, I can offer a short-term and a long-term solution so that we don't have this dumb-looking button for the category. But as far as ideally, this page template would display related articles here in something called a tag grid. I can't get that piece to function, so instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to implement a more or fewer promo cards. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the test landing page that I've created and go into, under the Publish tab, we're going to go into the Experience Editor. Once you make that selection, a new tab will load. It'll take about 15 to 30 seconds for it to load the Experience Editor for that page. And this page, it'll look a little bit different than the actual live page. This is meant to take data sets from the back end and display them in the front end. So the way to think about Experience Editor versus Content Editor is creating data sets that you can implement into components through Experience Editor. So think of it like Content Editor is the books, and Experience Editor is the bookshelf. So I'll show you an example of this. We'll go into this first promo card, and you remember that we selected this first. We made that populate by going to promo card number 1 and populating these fields here. So what we can also do is we can change which of the promo cards, which of these quote-unquote books display on the bookshelf and in what order by going into this database icon with the blue check mark and selecting Change Associated Content. That will take you directly into the page content folder for the landing page. This green folder is the same one that's here. And these 6 promo cards are the 6 promo cards on this landing page. So I'm going to go ahead and select promo card 6 and click OK. And as we scroll down here, you're going to see it did say how to get news coverage for your church event. And it's going to change to this 6th promo card about the General Commission on United Methodist Men. So you can see after it loaded, this is the change. I'm going to save this for now, and we'll come back and I'll show you what that looks like on the actual live page in a minute. But additionally, what I want to do is I want to show you how to remove promo cards and add them as well. The thing I would say is, again, because the Experience Editor is more like a bookshelf where you're making decisions about which books from the back end to display, if you want to show 6 featured articles, then keep your 6 components here. And instead of deleting and adding, just go to this one. If you don't want this to be intern memories anymore, go to the database icon and change the associated content and select which of these promo cards you would like. Now, there are going to be cases where you don't have data back here, or you don't have the content back here to place on the quote-unquote bookshelf. And what you can do in that case, just as an example, I'm going to select this promo card and I'm going to delete it. Now, we're back down to 5 promo cards, but we want to add a 6th. So what we do is we go up to this upper left-hand corner. You're going to have Save, Search, and then this icon is Add New Component. You're going to click that, and what that'll do is it'll create all these different buttons that say Add Here. And essentially that's saying, I'd like to add a component here. You click it, and then you get to choose what type of component. This is promo card, so we're going to select promo card, hit select, and the next step, it's going to ask you which of these pieces of data do you want to display, which book do you want to put on the bookshelf. So what I'm going to do, none of these are exactly what I want, so I'm going to hit Create New Content, and what that does is it creates a new data set for a promo card. I'm going to call this one EE for Experience Editor. Click OK. Now, that is going to place a 6th promo card here at the end of this promo card display, and from there, it's not going to have any data. So what we do is we click on this component, and you can do a couple of different things. If you click on the featured page, you'll see this link icon pop up, and that allows you to select this featured page for this promo card. I'm going to select the How to Get News coverage that was on the first promo card, and click OK. Now, that'll take about 15 seconds to update, but once it does, that original piece of content that was up at the top is going to appear down here in this sixth component area. And so, how to get news coverage for your church event. So what I'm going to do, the thing to remember, just like the content editor, there are two steps to making this live. The first one is saving, which this page has been saved and up to date. And now we're going to go to the Home tab. We're going to publish. Now, clicking publish automatically does the publish item. You've noticed that the publish site option is gone now, unless you're a site administrator. When you're in Experience Editor, there are a couple of things to keep in mind with publishing. Publish sub-items, that means publishing the components that are underneath this page. So you always want to keep the sub-items selected. Publish related items. Related items are anything like page aliases or images that are not directly the piece of content, but they are other items within Sitecore. So in most cases, you're going to want to keep both of these checked, and only check the language that you're updating. So I'm going to hit publish and OK. That's going to take a few minutes. Whenever you publish a parent page, it takes a significant amount of time because it has to index all of the related pages to make sure that it does or does not need to update those. Once this page has published, though, we'll go over here and we'll enter the preview mode. Close that. Should be close to. Okay, so the publishing is done. We're going to close this. And if you want to exit the Experience Editor, just go back to Home and then close right here. And that won't close the entire page. Instead, it'll close the Experience Editor and take you back to the page. So we're going to scroll down and you'll see that that component is there. So similarly, you can select any of these promo cards and delete them if you don't want 6. Or if you want 9, you can use that add component feature that we use to add this component back in. So that's an overview of the landing page. I'll take notes of the things that need to be improved upon. And like I said, any of these styling pieces, once the page is up and ready, please let me know. And I'll add some CSS that will temporarily fix whatever landing page you're working on, and then also submit a TFS ticket to deal with ongoing styling issues that really need to be a permanent solution. So thank you guys for your patience, and let me know if I can be helpful in any other way. Thanks. So this module is going to cover assembling a landing page on umnews.org. Sorry. First we'll do a quick overview, and there are a couple of stylistic things that that you may need UX support with. But so starting from the top, we'll have the title, which inherently is pretty large for the landing page. That moves into a section hero. It's split 50% the hero title and text, and then 50% the image. The caption text is optional. If you type in the caption text on the back end, it'll appear here. Otherwise, it won't. Here we have, these are the related articles. You can see the various articles have, because we're on staging, I didn't want to do this on the production site, some of the articles don't have images, and some of the summary is not complete. Additionally, I wanted to point out that the category, communications and marketing, advocacy, advent, and so on, right now they're styled like a button, very similar to the call to action. That's something that, because this page was created a long time ago and we haven't used it, that's a style that really I should come back and address, so that that looks like hyperlinked text that's left aligned as opposed to looking like a button. We can touch base on that, though. If you guys want to create the page, I can do two things. One is provide a short-term solution for the page so that those category links don't look like buttons, and then we can also push a revision to the CSS for the site overall, so that that'll be a permanent fix. So anyway, just touch back with me once the page is set up, and we'll go from there, okay? So, once you're through the promo cards, the next section is the subscribe, which that needs to be set up, and then latest news, which you guys are familiar with setting up. So we're going to start from the content editor side, which is where you create the page. So the page template is designed to be an outside the primary content area page, meaning that it actually exists just beneath the home page. So if you right-click home like you're creating a new piece of content, go into insert, you'll see this landing page template. Just like a piece of content, you have an opportunity to name the landing page. I'm going to click on this landing page test page just to kind of demonstrate. Once that loads here, you'll see here's the slug, and then here's the title to the page. Just like content pages, you'll have summary, body, and so on. I'm going to move on to the page I created today, this test landing page SLF, so it's a little more reflective of this. So something that's different about these parent page templates is that all of these components exist within a green page content folder. Starting from the top, we're going to have this section hero, which if we flip back over to the actual live page, this is the section hero. And we'll go back and you can see the various fields that are available. Each of these components or these rows are going to be a different component. I'll show you what I mean. So to calibrate the section hero, you're just going to go inside the page content under the landing page, and then in the content area, you'll see the various fields you need to populate. So starting with a hero body, so how did the classical Latin become so incoherent? If you look here, this is where that text populates. It's basically just a framing device for the page to kind of explain to the user what this page is about. The hero image is over here to the right, and just like your content, when you're selecting an article image or a preview image, you're going to go into browse for that image and select the media, and this will populate the data inside the media library. You can use these various filters. They used to not work. They've actually been recently updated, so they should work as expected. So recently uploaded images or images will actually filter out down to images where recently that was not happening as expected. So if you select an image, you can place that as the hero image. Hero image caption, that's different than the alt or the description text. It's inherent to the image properties. This caption text allows you to define this small snippet of text beneath the hero image. It's not a required field, but if you want caption text, this is where you can add it. The hero subtitle and the hero title text. So as of right now, the hero title text appears here. The subtitle is not being leveraged. That's a data entry point that's used on other parent pages. If you have the need for a subtitle, you can either add that into the hero body here, or we can look into leveraging that hero subtitle down the road. Lastly, the hero video is designed, this is something I haven't tested, but it's designed to allow you to embed YouTube videos where the article image would go on a piece of content, and that can be done by going to any YouTube video and selecting this text that appears directly behind the equal sign. And I'm just going to test this now while I'm doing the page assembly. We'll hit this. If in other pages, if you place the video ID and hit save, then that will actually supersede the image and bring the video. Yeah, so you can see that it places the video where the image would be in the section here. So that's the section hero. Next, we're going to move down into the actual, this is where the selected or related content appears. We're going to move into that piece. There are several of these promo cards. There are 6 by default, and then the related articles. We're going to start with the first promo card. So the promo card by default, you're able to select content from the UMNS site, but you can use this search route to select content from UMC or resource UMC. By default, it displays UMNS. In this one, the first article is how to get news coverage from your church event, and you'll see here how to get news coverage from your church event. So we make that selection of the content similar to the top news story on the UMNS homepage. You can search here if you know the title. Really, that's the most ideal way to find your content. So you're going to select that individual piece and then the link title. If you scroll down, click here. You can change this link title to anything that's appropriate. I'm just going to update it to link title text and click Save. So here, if we go back and we reload, you'll see that this click here will change to link title text, just like I changed it on the component. So to calibrate all the promo cards, that's how you're gonna go into each one and set them up like that.